So it's yard work day today, but I don't think my yard needs too much work. Let's go take a look. All right, there's some things to do. So you might be saying to yourself, Andrew, what does gardening have anything to do with anything? Why should anybody care about gardening? Well, there's a lot of scriptural principles that are tied in with gardening. There's a lot of scriptures that deal with gardening. There's a lot of scriptures that deal with that type of thing. But let's just take one today, because if we get into all of them, this video is just going to take way too long. Let's get into death and rebirth. If you take your life and you view it like a garden, you have limited space in your garden to let things grow. So, like what you just saw, if I'm trying to plant something new, and I have all these weeds, and I have all these things that don't belong there, they first have to be removed so that new life can grow. In a garden, you can't let everything grow. If you let everything grow, things like Virginia creeper, like poison ivy, like kudzu, those things are just going to take over. Anything that's invasive is going to take over. And it's the same way in your life. You can't let everything grow in your life. You can't allow everything to remain there. You have to remove some things. So let's tie this in with the cross, death and rebirth. When we come to Christ, we're told to nail our sins to the cross, to take up our cross daily, that type of thing. So what does this mean? We have to kill off our old ways. We have to nail our flesh to the cross so that, like the Messiah, we can die and be reborn once again. But the cross is a long and it's a brutal death. It's not instant. So when we nail them to the cross, although God remembers these things no more, it's still a process. Just like clearing a garden is a process, just like removing the old things is a process. So if I keep on explaining this, it's just going to get too long and it's going to be tiresome. So what is the main point of this? Why do we have a hammer here? Why do we have a piece of paper? Why do we have nails? We're going to nail something to the cross right now. Things that I struggle with, and here we go. So if you have a garden, you have limited space for everything. Everything that you hold on to takes up an area. So you can't hold on to the weeds. You can't hold on to the old ways. You gotta let some stuff die off. You gotta clear some ground if you want to see new life. Now, I don't know what weeds have infested your garden. Greed, hatred, lust, envy, unforgiveness, sloth, gluttony, anger, bitterness, resentfulness. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing new under the sun. There's always someone out there that has struggled with the same thing. So you can look out at your garden and you can say, wow, I have a super green garden. Everything is really green out here. And it can all be weeds. So if this is you, if your garden is infested, grab your tools, start clearing. For new life to grow, you first have to kill off the old.